We'll be back after these messages.
Thank you, Uncle Al, and we'll be back after a brief interlude. We're going to preempt the Uncle Al program here for just a few minutes because we have on the line, we've got Ian Mackay, and he's just in the midst of Ian's ride. In fact, this is day one. Ian, are you there?
I'm here, Jeff. I'm here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks. You started your first leg of this incredible journey this morning. Why don't you give us a report? What's going on?
Yeah, of course. So, last night we arrived. We drove down from Port Angeles yesterday, about a 10-hour drive, and we spent the night in an Airbnb in Crescent City. And this morning, around 9 o'clock, actually about 9:30, we started driving north up to Brookings, Oregon, about 40 miles from here. And, we set off on a really foggy day, but, it's the Redwoods up here. That's just kind of typical for this area. And we probably didn't get on the road until about 10:05, 10:10. And heck of a time. I mean, just so nice to be out there with the friends. But at the same time, I haven't been doing big rides for a while, and I am on the side of a highway, so there's a little anxiety in the beginning.
Sure.
You got to get used to the road riding again. But we quickly fell into our rhythm, and it went really, really well. We had a flat tire by one of our cyclists within the first 5 miles, which is never a great sign. And he actually got another flat about 20 miles further than that. But he's riding like some really road tires on a bike. And but no, let's see. I'd say probably the first 9 miles of our ride were along the 101 shoulder, on the shoulder of the Highway 101, through the town of Brookings and through Oregon. We did get to stop and do a geocache in Oregon. Me and my girlfriend kind of picked up that hobby at the beginning of the pandemic, and we hadn't got one out of state yet, so we were excited to find a quick geocache.
A geocache. For our listeners who are unaware of that, and I'm a listener and I'm unaware of that, why don't you tell what's a geocache?
Yeah, so what it is, there's just an app you can download on your phone, geocaching, and you can kind of like a scavenger hunt all over the world. And you can just go find little things. And today we found a little Altoid tin, basically, with some little shells in it and other things. And we took one of the shells and left a coin, I think.
Oh,
and
nice.
we signed our name and went on our way. It only took us about 5 minutes, and it was just one other aspect of it. But yeah, then we then we finally got off the 101, and that's when it really got pretty, because then you're on side streets, and it's just relaxing, and we can all kind of ride side by side and chit chat, and yeah, it was a heck of a day. The hardest part is the temperatures up here. I woke up a little chilly, and I'm pretty bundled, but my body temperature was down to 95.5 when I stopped, and I'm trying to warm up.
Okay, indeed. Sometimes you have to warm up from the inside. And that might be a quality adult beverage. Now, you mentioned 2 flats. Just to show you how little I know about the sport and the activity, bicycles don't necessarily carry spare tires like an automobile would. So you've got a support system there tagging along. Is that where the spares would come from, or do you fix the flat on the fly?
So we have the support van, and we do have extra equipment in there. However, all of the bikes do have at least the inner tube on them, so that we can quickly switch them out on the side of the road. For his first flat, he was able to just patch it, so that was quick. And he's a fast rider, and I'm a slow rider, so we just left him behind to take care of it, and he caught up with us about a half an hour, 20 minutes later.
Okay.
But the second one, it was actually the spot where the patch was that got damaged, and so he just had to replace the whole inner tube. But we luckily had one on us, and it was only a short break.
Since your visit to us here at K-Squim, we've been promoting the Ian's Ride, and we've gotten some calls from listeners who are concerned that your travel and itinerary will take you near fire or smoke. How is that going?
Yeah, I'm concerned about that also, and we were driving in here yesterday, and we could really kind of smell it and almost taste it. Today, I have not noticed that. It was really thick fog, and I couldn't smell or see any smoke, but I'm sure it's there. But that was a concern through the planning stages, and unfortunately, it's just kind of a fact of the summers on the West Coast these days. But no, we did drive through some recently burned areas on our way down here, but we have not seen anything near us while we're just cruising down the highway.
Okay, for those just joining us, I have Ian Mackay on the line, and he's doing Ian's Ride. This is part of a 272-mile trip this time?
Yeah.
Okay.
36 miles down.
36 miles into it. Okay. Wow. I tell you what, I don't want to keep you too long because you got to get warmed up here. What do you do next? What's next on the agenda?
Well, here's what we're thinking is there's a woman in Crescent City who is also in a wheelchair and a big trail advocate and outdoor enthusiast. And we have not met, and we've been in touch through social media. And her and her mom, I think, are going to come over to our Airbnb tonight, where we got a fire pit, and we're going to sit and reminisce about the day. And I'm going to catch up with her and learn a little of her story, and then of course just spend some time with the crew. We have to write the blog for the night, and just try to relax a little bit before it all starts over again tomorrow.
Well, that's a warm and toasty. That's a great way to warm up around a fire. Yeah. Okay. Very, very good. All right. Well, now if folks want to ride along with you virtually, how do they do that?
Well, we've tried to make it easy to follow along. So first, just tuning in here and hearing some of the tales of the day at 5:30 is a great way to hear what's going on. You can also go to iansride.com, and there you can see our blog. We usually post that at the end of the day, and that's a recap of what we did. We also have on a link. We have a link on there that people can click and follow my progress on the map as I just travel at 7 miles per hour down the Pacific Coast bike route. And also on Ian's Ride, you can donate to the cause. We are a nonprofit, and we do a lot of advocacy work to make the outdoors more accessible. Be that playgrounds for kids or bike paths that those of us in wheelchairs can utilize.
Outstanding. Well, I tell you what, we better let you get back to it, and so you can warm up and have dinner and prepare for tomorrow. How many miles are you going to put on tomorrow?
Well, we'll see, but that brings me to one other thing.
Okay.
It is tomorrow. It's going to be a little longer, and tomorrow starts on a big hill. And we've got some new batteries coming, but they won't be here until Tuesday. So we got to get through that big hill tomorrow. But my chair is doing awesome. And that brings me to the point that I'd really love to thank one of our sponsors, the manufacturer of my wheelchair, Invacare. They are providing equipment that allows me to really fulfill the lifestyle I love. And I couldn't be out here on the open road with my friends without dependable equipment. And Invacare is providing that.
Go ahead. That's Invacare, INVACARE. Invacare.
Yeah. They're a big manual and power wheelchair company, and they had me out to their headquarters in Ohio in November, and I've been fortunate to be an ambassador of theirs, and they've been very supportive, and I mean just by giving equipment that that fits my lifestyle is awesome.
Okay. Yay for Invacare. We'll have some information on Invacare on our website, and I believe you may on iansride.com as well, huh?
I do.
Very good. Okay, sir. Well, we'll let you get back to it. Any closing remarks for today?
I'm going to try to double up on the blankets tonight so I get a warmer start tomorrow, and it should be a heck of a time.
Okay.
We'll see how the cyclists do starting on a big hill. They made it a little warm-up ride first, but I'm looking forward to it.
Very good, very good. Okay, Ian Mackay, Ian's Ride. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow night at 5:30.
Thanks, Jeff.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, there you have it. Gosh, that's a courageous guy. I'll tell you. And again, if you'd like to join along virtually or, otherwise and learn more about Ian's Ride, go to the website, iansride.com. That's IANSRID.com. And there you will learn what's going on and kind of take part in this. This is I tell you what, I know how cold it can get along those coastal routes sometimes, and it's a daunting experience. Okay.
You're tuned to KSQM 91.5 SQUIM.